Netflix, everybody. So I think they'll be looking at a slightly easier option for Anthony Joshua to, like Tyson Fury had, with all due respect, and then move straight into that fight.
So are you looking at AJ fighting this warm-up in July and then Fury in November?
100%.
So that's the plan?
That's the absolute.
So the answer to this question. Wilder, he's got the belt, I've got the 4 belts. WBO, WBA, IBF, IBO, all I need is a WBC. If he's ready and wants to prove he's the best in the world, he can come.
Just say that. But listen, give everyone what they wanted, knocked him clean out, yeah? Not me, but everybody else. And now, they're on about, let's do a Wilder warm-up. Why do they want to fight Wilder for? Fight the fucking Gypsy King. Fuck Wilder, he's a bum. I've battered him 3 times. Wilder...
I want to get him a devastating knockout, but I instead of remembering that that's what I do, I knock people out for a living. I got a true ability. I'm a freak of nature in this sport. I don't have to push or rush nothing. And his style of what he was doing, it was easier than what it seemed.
After visiting Deontay Wilder in hospital following their brutal airport brawl, Anthony Joshua goes live and sends a chilling message. He warns that what happened outside the ring was only the start, and if they fight, he is ready to tear Wilder apart with no mercy.
Arena, in front of 100,000 audience. So I'm very keen to make that fight, but no fantasy contracts, just reality. Bringing our worth to the table and bargaining and negotiating what we're worth and making this.
Most definitely, he definitely scared. Either he's scared or his people are scared. A lot of people want to say that. Well, they're fighters. They can't be scared, but you can. Life is scary itself, and like I tell people all the time, we risk our lives in this ring for others' entertainment. And if risking your life is not scary at all, then I don't know what is.
Tyson Fury is openly favoring Deontay Wilder here, highlighting how he has consistently taken dangerous fights against elite opponents. At the same time, he questions Anthony Joshua's resume at the highest level, increasing pressure on AJ and adding more fire to this rivalry narrative.
For me, Anthony Joshua needs to prove himself on the world stage because he's so happy fighting in England, and he fought a beaten Klitschko after I'd destroyed him mentally and had a war with him in a beaten fighter. So he needs to prove he's willing to step up to the plate and fight the best.
Anthony Joshua is making his stance clear, stating that the heavyweight division does not need a single dominant face but instead a definitive clash between 2 champions. He emphasizes the absence of restrictions on both sides and signals full willingness to face Deontay Wilder in a straight negotiation-driven fight.
Really want Deontay Wilder?
I think it's simple. When I've listened to what he's been saying, that there does need to be one champion and one face. And we've both got an opportunity where I have no mandatories, he has no obligations.
Deontay Wilder is expressing deep frustration, stating that the incident in his city escalated tensions to a personal level. He emphasizes that once things become personal, his mentality shifts into pure aggression, increasing his desire to inflict damage inside the ring against Anthony Joshua.
But this is even more intensified for me. I'm the man with the big right hand, baby. I possess all the power. I'm the most dangerous heavyweight in the business, period, to this day. Okay. So I ain't worrying about.
Eddie Hearn is confirming serious negotiations are underway while also highlighting that Anthony Joshua's return is being carefully managed. He makes it clear that both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are on the table, showing confidence in AJ's readiness for back-to-back elite-level fights despite recent distractions.
We have made it clear that we are willing to fight Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury back-to-back. And I'm not being disrespectful that Wilder is a warm-up fight, but AJ is very comfortable to go into that fight next. That's not the basis of the deal that we've been offered, but it's definitely one we're interested in if it was offered. And if they want to look at that route, I think some might perceive that to be a more dangerous option, especially when there's so much riding on Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua is fully locking in mentally, openly admitting his intent to hurt Deontay Wilder while also acknowledging the danger he brings. He breaks down the fight as elite-level competition, showing respect but also confidence that Wilder's mindset will bring out his best performance in a high-stakes clash.
A lot of problems, but that's high-level competition. I won't kind of go over everything that I've been studying about him, but let's just say he's got a good mindset. He's spoken a lot, so you know where his head's at. He's game in it, and that'll be good enough for me. That's good enough to bring the best out of him.
Carl Froch is questioning Anthony Joshua's certainty in a potential clash with Deontay Wilder, suggesting hesitation could be dangerous. He highlights Wilder's knockout power as the decisive factor, warning that one clean right hand could end everything instantly, making confidence absolutely essential for Joshua in this matchup.
I don't know if AJ believes he can beat Deontay. Well, maybe he does, maybe he wants to come back, maybe he wants to fight again, but what happens in that fight? Anthony Joshua in one corner, Deontay Wilder in the other corner, they come together in the centre of the ring. What happens? I honestly can't say what happens. I think if Deontay Wilder throws a couple of meaningful right hands and connects on AJ's chin, then the fight's over. AJ will be knocked out. He's got to...
Duke McKenzie explains that Deontay Wilder knows how to build massive fights and has already targeted Anthony Joshua. He warns about the danger of this matchup, pointing out Joshua's serious punching power and suggesting this could be one of the most destructive heavyweight clashes possible.
Deontay Wilder knows how to sell a fight, and he's already called out Joshua. That's a big fight. I mean, like I said, I'd love to see him walk away from the sport. Wilder, I'd like to see him say, you know what, I've had enough, but he's already got his eyes on the next one, potentially a fight with Joshua. It's not a good fight to take. It's not a good fight to take. Yeah, Joshua's a big, meaty guy. Joshua's right hand's like probably the hardest. He's probably the hardest punching heavyweight right now. For me, personally, I think he hits harder than Wilder.
Johnny Nelson rejects the idea that Deontay Wilder has lost his knockout power, arguing that the danger is still present. He suggests critics are overreacting, keeping the perception alive that Wilder remains a serious threat for Anthony Joshua despite recent doubts.
Snapper's gone. Wilder's TNT has gone. Wilder's that punch is gone. He couldn't even let it go. He's just gone. So I don't believe that. I think Carl might be setting the cat amongst the pigeon by that.
Max Kellerman breaks down the financial risk behind the fight, explaining why Anthony Joshua had little incentive to face Deontay Wilder at the time. He highlights Wilder's unpredictable power as a major threat, showing how money and danger both shape the delay in this heavyweight showdown.
Was making $30 million a fight, fighting anyone in front of 70 to 100,000 fans in England. Why make $50 million to fight a guy who might beat him, right? Wilder really can beat he has chances against anyone because Fury's right. He's one of the great all-time punchers with the right hand. So there's no financial incentive for Joshua to fight him.
Carl Froch describes a moment where Deontay Wilder pushed for the fight while Anthony Joshua appeared hesitant. He suggests uncertainty from Joshua's side, raising psychological questions about confidence and belief, especially when facing a dangerous puncher like Wilder.
Yesterday, when Deontay Wilder walked from the ring, AJ was stood there looking a bit weird and a bit like confused, like, am I going to do anything? Am I not going to do anything? And Wilder, I think, said, let's do it next, let's do it, let's get it on. And AJ just sort of, he didn't say much. I think he might have said, you don't want this, or something to them lines, but never really tried to get the fight going. I think AJ's got this thing in his head where I don't think he's sure of himself. If he thinks about fighting Deontay Wilder, does he believe he can actually beat?
Frank Smith is highlighting how every decision around Anthony Joshua is being carefully managed because of how massive his name still is in the heavyweight division. He explains that discussions are still ongoing, which shows nothing is officially locked yet, but interest from the boxing world remains extremely high. Anthony Joshua being described as the hot ticket shows his commercial and sporting value is still elite, meaning every promoter and fighter wants a piece of him. In the background, this also connects to the Deontay Wilder situation because fans are pushing heavily for that fight. The uncertainty keeps tension alive, making every update feel important as the boxing world waits for the next big move in Joshua's career.
It's all eyes on getting AJ whatever works best for him, whatever the right route back is for him. There's discussions ongoing. AJ's the hot ticket. Everyone wants to fight Anthony Joshua, so let's see what happens.
Anthony Joshua is making a very strong statement about the importance of this fight, treating it as something unavoidable rather than optional. He clearly sees himself and Deontay Wilder as part of the same generation, which makes their clash a defining moment for the heavyweight era. His words show frustration with endless negotiations and financial discussions, shifting focus completely onto reality and action. This is not just promotional talk anymore, it feels like a final push toward making the fight happen. By saying it has to happen, Anthony Joshua is increasing pressure on everyone involved, including promoters and Deontay Wilder himself. It reflects urgency, legacy thinking, and a desire to finally settle one of boxing's biggest unanswered rivalries inside the ring.
For Tat and say, he said, she said, he said, she said. I think in the reality and the scheme of things, it's a fight that we have to have. We're both in the same generation, the same era, and we're both heavyweight champions of the world. So with that being said, as I said, like, there's no fantasy contracts. It's a situation where it's reality. Like, I don't like coming to a stage in my career when I'm just talking about what I'm worth and negotiations and what we're bringing to the table.
I do not see a Wilder knocking out Joshua. I just don't see it at this point. I don't see him. His jab is not good enough. He could possibly land one of those shots.
Pain Game is expressing strong fan demand for the long-awaited clash between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, emphasizing that this is a fight the boxing world has wanted for years. He highlights that even if both fighters are no longer in their absolute prime, the unpredictability actually increases the excitement. There is uncertainty around how much Anthony Joshua has left after recent battles, but seeing him back in a positive mindset adds emotional value to the storyline. The commentary focuses on the idea that this fight is not about perfect timing anymore. It is about finally delivering closure to one of heavyweight boxing's biggest unanswered rivalries.
Oh, AJ has two options on the table. And the reality is, after that win, I think people would be very fucking interested in watching Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. We never got it. We always wanted it. Yes, it isn't them in their prime. I don't care. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see them two fight each other. In fact, it's even more interesting on some levels now, because I don't know what the fuck either of them are going to look like in there against each other and how much AJ has got left. And he's been through a lot lately. I'd love to see him back in the ring after everything he's been through. It was great seeing him ringside, enjoying himself, seeming positive, enjoying the boxing. I want to see him in there.
Eddie Hearn is analyzing Anthony Joshua's attitude and performance, while also giving a balanced view of Deontay Wilder. He points out that Joshua showed a calm and controlled presence when the fight was mentioned, suggesting readiness to engage at the highest level. At the same time, he acknowledges improvement in Joshua's overall look inside the ring, even against a tough opponent like Chisora. His comments on Wilder show mixed expectations, not dismissing him completely, but also not fully impressed. This creates a picture of two fighters still evolving, still dangerous, and still heading toward a potential collision that remains uncertain but highly anticipated across the boxing world.
I thought he looked better. Listen, Chisora's not easy. Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's not an easy guy to beat. I wasn't impressed with Wilder, but I was more impressed than I thought. If that makes sense.
Everything now points toward one unavoidable direction, and that is a full-scale collision between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder that has been building for years and has now reached a completely different level after the airport incident and hospital visit. What started as tension has turned into real-world confrontation, and both fighters are now emotionally and mentally invested in settling it inside the ring. Anthony Joshua has already made it clear that he is willing to go to war and tear Wilder apart if they meet. While Wilder has responded with equal aggression after feeling disrespected and personally targeted, Deontay Wilder wins this fight. It instantly rewrites the entire heavyweight landscape because it proves that his power and mentality can still break through elite-level opposition even after setbacks and controversy. But if Anthony Joshua dominates, then it becomes a statement victory that erases doubts, shuts down criticism and re-establishes him as one of the most dangerous heavyweights of this generation. The real question is no longer about promotion or negotiations, but about who handles pressure better when everything becomes personal and dangerous at the same time. Tell us who you think wins this war between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and why. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe because this rivalry is far from over and the next chapter could explode at any moment.